If I asked you the question, do you believe in random acts of kindness? What would be your answer? Most people would probably say yes. After all, random acts of kindness can make the world a better place, right? The definition of the word random is made, done, happening, or chosen without method or conscious decision, lacking a definite plan, purpose, or pattern. I believe that the word random is too often used as an excuse. It's used to avoid taking responsibility for the deliberation that comes with every decision you make. Random eliminates purpose. That being said, I don't believe in random acts of kindness. I believe in deliberate acts of kindness. As a senior in high school, I talk to a lot of different people every day, and maybe I don't even talk to them. I'll just open the door for someone on my way into school, or I'll say hi to them in the hallway, just wave, help someone out with biology homework. As I was preparing to speak at this conference, I thought to myself, how do my actions influence the people around me, my classmates, my parents, my friends? So at school one day, for 20 minutes, I decided to close my mouth, open my eyes and my ears, and just observe. Now, I tend to pay close attention to detail, especially in people's expressions. Part of that comes from the fact that I've been taking pictures for about 3 years now. So as I began to watch how people interacted with each other, I guess a word you could use to describe what I felt was disappointed. I saw students that I consider my friends calling each other names or making fun of each other in class for not knowing the answer to a question. I watched as people's eyes fell to the floor, or their shoulders sagged, or they lost their ability to walk with confidence. I watched as they were afraid to raise their hand in class. But despite this negativity, I thought, if hatred can have this much of an influence in people's appearance and their emotions, imagine what positivity could do. This year in school, I'm taking a literature and composition class. And on the second day of school, our teacher walked in, he sat us down, and he said to us, if there are 2 things that you need to know to be a great writer, this is it. Number 1, start small. And number 2, speak with purpose. In the context that he was speaking, this was just about writing. But I took these ideas and I decided to apply them to the rest of my life, to acting and interacting with the people around me. Using what I've learned in this class and what I observed from watching my classmates for just 20 minutes, I created a project with my photography designed to showcase how people respond to small but deliberate acts of kindness. I began with my friend Lauren. I asked her to go out and take pictures with me at the beach one day, which wasn't unusual because I do that once or twice a week. I told her first to just look at the camera. She did, and her expression looked like this. She didn't look angry, she didn't look sad. Her face just looked blank. Next, I looked at her, and I told her, Lauren, you look like a model. And this is how she reacted. Immediately, everything changed. Her eyes lit up. Her shoulders relaxed. She looked more comfortable in front of the camera. She looked happier than I had seen her that entire day. And for the rest of the time that we were taking pictures, that didn't change. After getting this kind of result, I knew I had to try it again. So I asked my friend Brighton to come out and take pictures with me. He agreed. One thing you have to know about Brighton is that he's always laughing or smiling or making some kind of joke to make everybody else laugh. I told him to look at the camera, and his expression looked like this. He was smirking, and I expected that, but he didn't look as lively as he usually does. So I looked at him through the lens of my camera, and I said, "You have the coolest eyes." And he reacted like this. First, his face changed to a surprised, silly expression before he started laughing, like really laughing. And just like Lauren, his eyes lit up, his shoulders relaxed, his posture improved. And I thought to myself, that is the Brighton that I know. So after getting this result twice, I just had to keep going. And I was out taking pictures with a girl I had just recently met. Her name was Christina. One of the first things I noticed about her was that she had the most beautiful smile. And the entire day, she was smiling, probably for the pictures, but she looked like maybe she had something going on behind the scenes. Maybe she was just a little uncomfortable in front of the camera. Her smile just didn't look completely real. So I told her to look at the camera, and she did, like this. And then I looked at her through my camera lens, and I said, "You have such a pretty smile." And she started to smile more like this. I knew right then that even if you don't know what's going on behind the scenes in someone's life, a small compliment can change their entire demeanor. I did this with a few other classmates, and I wouldn't have time to talk about all of them, but every time the results were the same. Their eyes lit up, their faces looked happier, their shoulders relaxed, their postures improved. And for the rest of the day, with each one of these people, that never changed. By capturing their natural reactions to deliberate acts of kindness, I proved that positivity can be just as influential as negativity. Many people often don't realize the impact that their actions have, and because of this, an urgency to be kind is lost. Some focus only on the word I. They focus on what I want, what I desire, and what I deserve. But this selfish perception of how the world should work, it doesn't benefit the people that we live around. It doesn't benefit our friends, our family, and it doesn't benefit us. We live in a society that is interdependent. And whether we like it or not, whether we are aware of it or not, every single decision that we make will have a ripple effect, no matter how small. This morning when I walked into school, I was having a little bit of a tough morning. I woke up late. I was stressed trying to practice my TED Talk 900 times before I went to school. So I wasn't really in the mood to talk to many people, much less to spread kindness. I walked through the doors. I started heading to my first hour class choir, and I got to the courtyard door. I saw this kid who's a grade underneath me. He was standing there, and he held the door open for 10 minutes, just stood there and held it open. And every person that walked by, he smiled at them and he said hi, said good morning, how are you? That small act of kindness when I walked through that door changed my entire day. For the rest of today, and for the rest of days to follow, I will think about that small act of kindness, and I will try to do the same for someone else. In a world that is so obsessed with the word I, be that kid standing at the door saying, hi, how was your day? How are you doing? Kindness doesn't have to be some kind of grand gesture. Remember, first, start small. Second, speak with purpose. It can be as simple as opening the door for someone, complimenting the person next to you on their outfit, or their smile, or maybe even their confidence. It's about actively seeking the good in others and purposefully recognizing it. Today, I want to challenge you to wake up with one goal in mind. Be kind. Simply be kind. Now, if I were to ask you the question, do you believe in random acts of kindness? What would be your answer? Thank you.